Yes, hello, Mike.
Hi, how are you?
Hi.
Yeah.
Can you tell a little bit about yourself?
Yeah, my name is Mike Schutz. I'm an aircraft engineer with Mission Aviation Fellowship. I've been working and living in Lesotho for about 17 years now. And about every 50 hours of flight time, we bring our airplanes down for an inspection. We look over different parts of the airplane just to make sure that everything is okay and that it's all safe, and we fix any problems that might occur before they happen. Because out in the mountains of Lesotho, it's very dangerous, very rugged. There's nowhere to land an airplane except on a remote airstrip. So we want to make sure that these aircraft are in top shape and are flying the best that they can. And it's very important that we keep these things safe, because safety is vital to us in the way that our aircraft, protecting our passengers and our cargo and all that, is very critical and very vital to us.
So, being here in Lesotho, for you as a Christian, it's like a calling. You're a missionary here in Lesotho. Can you tell a little bit about your calling and the mission?
Yeah, that's kind of neat. God gave me the ability to use my hands and mechanical things to serve Him. I always wondered, what could I do as an aircraft maintenance specialist to help meet the needs of people around the world. And
yep.
I knew this was an ability He gave me to use, and so not only do I just fix the airplanes, but I know that I'm taking care of people in the aircraft, and that their lives are being saved, and that we're able to transport them around and take care of them, and that I'm a part of that. And so even though I may not be a pilot in the plane, I'm responsible to get them here.
Yeah.
And to take care of them. And so I also work with people around me throughout the day that come in through the hangar, and I'm able to visit with them and just share just what the Lord's all about with them.
Okay. So when did you know that, or when did you decide becoming an MAF mechanic or employee or a missionary?
Wow, that was quite a long time ago.
Yeah.
When I was in university, I really felt drawn to the field of aviation.
Yeah.
I knew that I was already a pilot. I am a pilot as well, but I don't fly for MAF. But yet I knew that was where God was wanting me to be, in aviation. And so we did some research. My wife had grown up in Brazil, and so she knew a lot about MAF because her father was a church planter, and he flew with MAF some. And so we were familiar with the organization, and we contacted them, and they said, "Wow, Mike, we really need maintenance specialists."
Yeah.
And so they said, "Please, can you come and serve us in Africa?" And I said, "Yeah, I think that's what we need to do."
Perfect. We have young people maybe considering being a mechanic for MAF. Can you tell a little bit about the mechanic? Or we always talk about the pilots in the planes going into the bush or into the mountains. How can you give them some tips what they should think of becoming a MAF mechanic?
Yeah, well, obviously you need to have a bit of a mechanical abilities. You just have to feel like that's something that you enjoy doing, because working on aircraft is pretty vital. You've got to make sure that you do it right. Because people's lives are at stake. And the process, you need to go to maintenance school and get that done, and then of course work with MAF will give you kind of a direction on how you need to go and steps you need to take to get to that place. But it may not be that front line, hey, I'm out in the front kind of person, and you may not always see the mechanic, but if it wasn't for him, the planes couldn't go. And so that's what's vital. And a lot of your ministry as a mechanic is kind of on the sidelines. I minister to people here at the base, whereas the pilots are talking to the people in the airplane. And so I get a lot more opportunity to interact with folks that come around me, and so that's kind of neat. I might even have a little more time to be with people than the pilots might. So that's kind of nice.
So being a missionary, a mechanic missionary, that's a cool thing, isn't it?
It is to me, it's kind of neat. And I have lots of opportunities here, not just at MAF, but also with our local church and things here in the country to work with people. And so it's neat to go across the world and be able to minister to people.
Thank you, Mike. Okay, bye-bye.